What's up guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Selena, and in today's video I'll be doing a review on another Pinterest storyboard that I found on Pinterest. Yeah. I don't know what's going on with me today, but this time it has nothing to do with the Mind F series. The Pinterest board is called You're My First, Last and Only Love. I don't know what it is with Pinterest and the books they be recommending, but some of these books are just not that good. I don't know if these people are putting these books and not reading them or something, because these books are so tragic. This board was really bad for me. The only book I finished was Skin of a Sinner. And I didn't really like that one. I will link up here what I thought of Skin of a Sinner. I don't know if you guys want a more in-depth review, but I didn't really like that book. But if you want a more in-depth review for it, let me know in the comments down below. But I have a little short review of what I thought of the book over here. I'll link it somewhere. The first book I tried to read was for Penelope Douglas, Hideaway, but I realized it was like the second, third book or something, so I went to check out the first book, and in that one it was like a love triangle, like she was just smashing like 3 guys. I'm not into that, so I didn't read that book. Because I didn't read that first book, I decided not to read the second book, so that was a dud. Then the next book I had was The Predator, and the synopsis for The Predator goes as follows. In the dark underbelly of the mob, Tristan Kane has been an anomaly. As the only non-blooded member in the high circles of the Tenebrae outfit, he is an enigma to all. His skills unparalleled, his morality questionable, and his motives unknown. He is lethal and he knows it. As does Morana Vitalio, the genius extraordinaire daughter of the rival family. What Kane does with weapons, Morana does with computers. When a 20-year-old mystery resurfaces, Morana infiltrates Kane's house intent on killing him, unaware of the tie that binds them together. Hate, heat, and history clash together with unexpected sparks. But something bigger, something worse is happening in their world, and despite their animosity, only they can fight it down. So reading that the description, I was like, oh my god, this book sounds so interesting. So I went to go and read it. And I'm reading it, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? I was so mad. Here are the notes that I wrote, and then I'll talk more. What are the 2 unconscious kids at the beginning of the story? I'm not that deep into the book, but based off decisions this girl makes, how is she a genius? I guess she's the definition of book smart but not street smart, which is dumb considering her father didn't raise her as an oblivious pretty princess. And then I was like, I DNF'd that 15%. I didn't care. Okay, so as I was saying, the story starts off and she's going to this party because she's gotta go and get back this file of these codes that she made based off of a bet she made with this boyfriend of hers. Then she realized her boyfriend betrayed her and sold it to this mob family, and this is after she did back search on him after he stole the codes after she completed it. And then so she goes to this. I'm like, yo, this girl is so useless. What was her plan when she was going to this house? Like, she's so, oh my god, she just pissed me off. So she goes to the guy, whatever, what was his name? Tristan. I was gonna call him Kane because I was gonna call him Kant, because I did not like these 2 characters. Anyways, so Morana goes to Tristan's family party or whatever and ends up following him to go and try and retrieve the codes that she made. But then he's like, I don't have no codes, and then he lets her like leave because her attack was a fail. And she had no plan. This whole time she's talking about it, I'm like, just tell your dad. Like, it took her so long. I would have just told the dad and like just dealt with the consequences of what she did, because this girl was acting like she has no sense. I didn't get her. Anyways, that's how she was easily deceived by this man, because how is she so smart but was deceived into making codes that would destroy the 2 mafia families if it ever got in the wrong hands? Like, she's so, I didn't like her. I really didn't. And then the male lead, like, he wasn't really given anything except like stares. And if you read the reviews, they're like, if I read about dark hair, blah blah blah, one more time. But for me, that didn't bother me, because in the warnings, the author did say, oh, she has this, the female lead has this thing where she sees something and she sticks to it, so she's gonna keep repeating it. So when she was repeating stuff, I thought back to that, and I'm like, okay, whatever, I don't care. That I didn't have an issue with. Just everything else, like the plot of the story, I was like, no. So I just dropped it. I didn't like it. Then the next book we have was The Phantom. Not The Phantom, I mean Phantom. And the description for this book is a sexy boy-obsessed gothic retelling by best-selling romance author Greer Rivers. The man behind the mask won't stop until she's his. Scarlet Day has been my obsession ever since I witnessed her dark side. I was content with being her secret, content with being her protector from afar, until a dangerous enemy sets his sights on her. I will do anything to protect her, even keep her against her will. Now she's mine, I can't let her go. I've mastered the darkness, she tempts me with her light. But when my mask is gone, will she fear for the monster underneath? So I should have known that I wouldn't really be into this book, because I haven't watched Phantom of the Opera and I haven't read anything on it. So going into this, I was so annoyed with all the characters. I'm like, what is wrong with these people? What the hell? Especially at the beginning, I'm not even gonna lie, the first pages with Scarlet, I almost dropped it, because what the hell was wrong with this chick? But again, she was going through a psychotic breakdown. Like they say, she what did she have? Yeah, she ended up having some sort of disorder, and I don't really want my characters sick. I prefer normal healthy characters, because I can't relate to these characters with all these mental health issues and all that. I can't relate, and I can't really get into it, because I'd be so annoyed, and I'm just like, what is this? Can't you be normal? But I guess for others, they could get into it. But for me, it just was not for me, this book. So my notes on the book was I guess she's on something, but why is it written I'm on something? The way the author wrote it, I'm like, am I tripping? Have I gone nuts? I don't like her point of view. It makes me feel disoriented. The prologue was a tough read. Yeah, this is not for me. I can't stand a dumb FMC, dropped at 22%. So at this point, we got over the beginning where she was disoriented. She had her little mental breakdown. I was like, okay, whatever. So we're moving on. We meet the male leads, and it turns out the bad guy is her friend from when she was younger. And then I didn't like her. I just don't like the way I don't like dumb female lead characters. Have some sense. I can get naive, I can understand nice at the beginning or whatever, but this girl was just so dumb. What made me drop it was the girl coming to her and she's like, oh my god, I can't believe you're getting the lead. I did all this stuff to get the lead. I did all this stuff with the guy to get the lead, and you got it, and I'm so upset. He made me do this stuff. And then the girl's like, oh, come into my room. What did he make you do? I'm like, girl, if you don't be oh, that's so sad. Okay, move on next. I knew her bringing her into her dressing room was gonna be some bullshit, because what happened? The girl sees the letters from the Phantom guy and then accuses her of being the one who's threatening the guy, because from the party they were accusing her of threatening the guy because her name is brought up. Which brings me to another thing. It's this Phantom guy, for this big mafia smart, for someone who's smart and has to be the background character, you will think he will have more sense in what he is doing, but he didn't. So I was just the FMC is dumb, the male lead does dumb shit, I'm not reading this. And it was it had this gothic undertone to it, and that's just wasn't my vibe. I couldn't get into it, so I dropped that book. So the next book I read was Nemesis, and this one I did finish, but I hated this book. Okay, so the synopsis for Nemesis goes as follows. It took 3 bullets to change my life, but I'd only need 1 to end it all. The deadliest monsters are the ones lurking in the shadows, the ones you least expect to strike. Victor Morales took something from me, and I was back to orchestrate his downfall. Everything was going according to plan until the man I left 7 years ago was hired to protect me again. Oh my god. Let me read the notes and then I'll get into it some more. So as I was reading, these are the notes that I took. I thought Theo was sent home with Jackson. Oh, he never listens. That's why he is still there. Why will he feel betrayed? What is he, slow? So this is when he's standing and he hears what's the girl's name? I don't even remember her name. Sophia. He hears Sophia killing Victor. I think that's the guy's name. And then I'm like, he didn't bring that up when he recognized her and realized she was married after leaving him heartbroken. But instead, I got forced into reading the most boring non-chemistry having ass Boombaya, and now he feels betrayed by hearing her kill her husband who is abusive towards her. Yeah, I did not understand why he felt betrayed over her killing her husband. I was so confused. I was like, huh? I didn't get his thought process, and she never really explained it. She's just like, oh, she killed her husband. I can't believe she's the girl who will kill her husband. And mind you, this husband he sees like he's abusive towards her. So why are you upset that she would kill him? You wanted to kill him, right? Anyways, are you kidding me? This escalation to them being intimate is so bad. I'm mad. What exactly was the lie that she told him? Was it not knowing who murdered her parents? Like, what the fuck? Yeah, that's the other thing. Like, she's like, oh, she deceived me, she's a liar, blah blah blah. Like, what was the lie? What did she lie about? Leaving you? The reason she left you? That's the lie? That's why you're upset? Like, my next note is, if this is how second chance romances are, I'm not going to be touching them because I'm annoyed. Yeah, I'm like, she could have left the shit unfinished. So not good. And I'm like, my final thoughts was, this was one of the worst reads I've read so far this year. The characters were bland and unlikable. The story progression and plot just boring and lacked feeling. The spicy scenes couldn't even help it either, since I would skip them because they were so long and boring. On top of that, like, oh my god, they were pissing me off. I will skip them so I can get to the point of the plot moving. Sophia's revenge plan execution was really bad. Theo had the personality of cardboard. Oh my, this book, the fact that I finished it is, I think I finished it, I was hate reading it. That's the first time I've ever hate read a book in my life. Like, normally I'll just be so annoyed I drop it, but this one I'm just like, this can't be. Like, I was in shock reading it. I'm like, this cannot be. She could have done such a good job with the revenge, but I knew it was some bullshit because when she made the part of the revenge her being married to the guy, and then she didn't even like go into their marriage life or anything. And this book was long. Like 400 pages. This book could have been like a 190 or something, like a 90-page book, a quick read with the way of how it progressed, because we didn't need 400 pages. 400 pages of straight bullshit. We were not given details of how she was doing her revenge. Like, stuff that had to do with the revenge was just popping up randomly, but we were not seeing how she planned it, how she was going to execute it. And then one of the executions was such a flop because she ends up having the girl like pretend to shoot, but the girl actually shoots and then the guy gets shot. That was never brought up again. And because of the shooting, her trigger from when she was younger gets popped up again, so she has nightmares again, and that ends up making them sleep together. And then that's when he finally recognizes her. I'm like, oh, are you kidding me? And then the execution of the final revenge plot, I'm not gonna lie, the whole his wife still being alive was like, oh, okay. But again, the way it was brought was so lackluster. No passion, no aggression, no nothing. It was just so bad. It was not good. Yeah, I gave this book, what was my review for this book? I didn't even give it a 1. I gave it a half star. Do you know how bad this had to be for me to give it a half star? Because there's other books that I DNF'd and I gave them a 1 star. But this book I finished and I gave it like half a star. It was not good. My review was, this was one of the worst reads I've read so far this year. The characters were bland and unlikable. The story progression and plot just boring and lacked feeling. The spicy scenes couldn't even help it either, since I would skip them so I can get to the point of the plot moving. Sophia's revenge plan execution was really bad. Theo had the personality of cardboard. Also, the enemies to lovers tag as a damn lie. If this is how Bodyguard's second chance romances are, I'm never touching one again. Yeah, the other issue I had with him being the bodyguard is him being like instant attraction to her. That should just disgust me. Like, she's married, you're here to be her bodyguard, why are you having sexual feelings? Like, I hate it. I hate it when you have a job and you're not focused on your job and it's like instant like attraction. And the other thing is, when he showed up to be a bodyguard, I don't understand why she didn't like she didn't even try to get him fired. I would have got him fired so he can leave, so I can continue with my revenge plan, because I knew he was gonna be a stumbling block that I'm gonna have to deal with while I'm trying to get my revenge. Anyways, as I was saying, she didn't even try to get him fired. She was just like, I don't know, she was throwing pissy fits, and it's like, you're not dedicated to this. You're not about this life. Like, I don't know why you're even having revenge. You should have just told the police, so that the police could figure it out and like they fucking get him for you, because what was this? This was bullshit. Anyways, boo, hated this book. Next one. So the next book in the thing was The Truths We Burn, and at first I wasn't sure if I was gonna read it, if I should read the other book first or this one, and so I had to Google if it would be weird if I read this book first. So I Googled, and they're like, oh, you can read the first or the second book first. It doesn't matter for those two, but if you want to read the rest, you have to read the first two books. So the synopsis for Truths We Burn goes as follows. Beneath the deepest parts of Ponderosa Springs lie secrets that we never meant to be uncovered. Blood has soaked the hands of those we trusted most. Decrepit intentions finally come to light. And now truths are ready to be incinerated in the open for everyone to witness. I was ready to watch this town that made me the villain rot in front of my eyes. But it seems ghosts don't stay buried here either. Everyone's favorite sweetheart has returned to Hollow Heights, dragging nothing but unanswered questions and grim memories behind her. A distraction I can't afford with the police sniffing around. A mistake that torched my last piece of humanity. The dirty little secret that has returned, searching for closure surrounding her sister's mysterious death. But I know the innocent lost girl is an act. Underneath it, it's just another part of her show. They are all eating from the palm of her hand, puppets on her string, but not me. I see her for what she truly is. I always have. A fake, a manipulator, a liar. I won't let it ruin all we have worked for. I refuse to let her drill our plan of vengeance. I've played your game once before, Sage. Now it's time to play mine. And you're not making it out without getting burned. Yeah, so the reason why I didn't really like this book was because I thought they were going to be in university, but the story, so the synopsis is the second half of the book, and the first half of the book is the beginning of the synopsis. I don't like that. And in the beginning half of the book, they're still in high school, and I'm like, I'm not reading this, especially if you're reading the way they're talking. I'm like, oh my god, they're such annoying teenagers. I don't care, leave me alone. And so my thoughts were I thought they were university students. Why are they in high school? I gave it a chance by reading both the male lead's point of view first, and then I read the girl's point of view, and it just felt like teenage drama. Like him, oh, my dad beats me at home, I let him beat me, and then I go outside and I cause havoc, instead of confronting the issues he has with his dad. Yeah, so the girl's like, I'm Little Miss Perfect because my parents are making me be perfect, so I have beef with my sister because she gets to do whatever she wants. She decided she doesn't want to listen to our parents, and because of her, our parents are focusing more on me. So yeah, I hate life and I hate my sister. And I'm like, ugh, whatever, I don't care. I just dropped it. I wasn't like, the synopsis was not enough for me to be like super like invested into reading this. So I just dropped it. I don't know if you guys read it, read the books on this board, but all of them were not it. I just didn't like it. This board, I give it a 1 because it didn't get me to read the books. Like, I want a first love story, but I don't want like a second chance first love story. I want it to be like their first time in love. We are there to see their journey with them. But anyways, yeah, so those were my thoughts for this Pinterest board. Let me know if you read these books in the comment section down below. What were your thoughts? And if you have any suggestions on kind of the same theme here, like the first one and only love, suggest books to me. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.